Join me as I dive into the craziest police chases ever caught on camera and challenge myself to pick out the absolute worst ones. Police chases are a reality of law enforcement, often turning into high-stakes games of cat and mouse. These pursuits can push vehicles to their limits, test the skills of the officers involved, and sometimes put innocent bystanders in harm's way. The risks are very real, with high-speed chases capable of ending in tragedy in the blink of an eye. When officers engage in a pursuit, they must weigh the need to apprehend a suspect against the potential danger to the public and themselves. It's a tough call to make, and things can quickly spiral out of control. Take, for instance, a suspect who decides to take a wrong turn into a dead-end alley, or another who tries to lose police in a crowded city street. Such maneuvers can lead to dramatic, and sometimes disturbing, consequences. Then there are the chases that defy all logic, like a driver who tries to outrun police on foot or attempts to hide in a rather unusual place. These moments are caught on camera, and they leave viewers scratching their heads. From a suspect flying through a shopping mall to a driver somehow managing to get wedged under a highway guardrail, these chases are memorable for all the wrong reasons. A particularly harrowing chase shows a suspect weaving through traffic, narrowly avoiding collisions and pedestrians. Another involves a police officer showing incredible skill to keep up with a suspect on a motorcycle. One chase stands out, captured on dashcam and bodycam footage, showcasing a heart-stopping moment when a speeding car narrowly misses a pedestrian, sending them scrambling for safety. The chase begins on a residential street, with the suspect speeding away from officers. They expertly maneuver through traffic, getting perilously close to innocent drivers. The air is thick with tension as the chase escalates. In the end, it's clear that while police chases can be necessary, they must be executed with caution. The risks are too high, and the potential for harm too great, to do otherwise. What do you think makes a police chase qualify as one of the worst? Share your thoughts and any other crazy chases you've seen in the comments below. If you're looking for more adrenaline-packed footage, check out my other video where I explore daredevil stunts gone wrong. Some police chases end in chaos, and I've got the craziest stories that will leave you speechless. Police chases are high-stakes situations where law enforcement officers pursue suspects who are often desperate to evade capture. These situations can turn deadly in a split second, not just for the suspects, but also for officers and innocent bystanders. The risks are real, and the consequences can be devastating. A single wrong move can lead to a multi-vehicle pileup, a high-speed crash, or even gunfire. Despite the risks, police chases are a necessary tool for law enforcement to apprehend suspects who pose a threat to public safety. However, there's a fine line between pursuing a suspect and escalating a situation to a disastrous level. Reckless driving during police chases poses significant dangers to everyone on the road. Suspects who are desperate to escape may drive erratically, ignoring traffic laws and putting other drivers at risk. Officers, in turn, must make split-second decisions to protect themselves and others while trying to bring the suspect to justice. High-speed pursuits can easily turn into high-speed crashes, and even the most skilled drivers can lose control of their vehicles. Innocent bystanders can get caught in the crossfire, literally. Imagine being in a grocery store parking lot when a suspect smashes into your car while trying to evade police. These heart-stopping moments can be avoided if we examine the root causes of these chases. Many times, the suspect's actions are reckless and irresponsible, but law enforcement's response can also play a critical role in de-escalating or escalating the situation. Let's look at a few notorious cases where police chases ended in disaster. In 2014, a suspect in a stolen truck led police on a wild chase through Los Angeles, dodging bullets and jumping curbs. The pursuit ended when the suspect crashed into a wall, miraculously surviving the crash. Another instance was in Texas, where a suspect fled from police in a stolen vehicle, weaving through traffic at alarming speeds. That chase ended with the suspect crashing into another vehicle, injuring several innocent people. In Ohio, a suspect led police on a high-speed chase through residential areas, reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour. The suspect lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a tree, narrowly escaping serious injury. One of the most shocking chases occurred in Florida, where a suspect drove headfirst into a police roadblock. That suspect had already been involved in multiple crashes during the chase and still refused to give up. The most jaw-dropping case, though, has to be the 2017 incident in Colorado, where a suspect's actions were nothing short of insane. He not only evaded police but also rammed into several patrol cars. The turning point came when the suspect lost control on a highway ramp and crashed into oncoming traffic. Witnesses described the scene as nothing short of chaotic, with multiple vehicles involved and people running for their lives. Miraculously, no one was killed, but several were seriously injured. Recapping these stories, we see a pattern of reckless behavior from suspects and difficult choices faced by law enforcement. The consequences of high-speed pursuits are very real and can have lasting impacts on everyone involved. If you have any thoughts on police chases or any other crime stories, drop them in the comments below. Be sure to check out my next video, where I'll dive into some truly bizarre crime stories that are hard to believe.